Have you ever thought about what makes us unhappy? I personally think that a lot of times, unhappiness comes from comparison. We are raised to naturally compare people, situations, circumstances, literally everything. I used to compare myself with my dad a lot. My dad would tell me about how hard he had to work for going to school. And I didn't work that hard. So I'll feel bad about myself. More often than not, we compare ourselves with people who seem to have more than we do. And while it may seem very simple and innocuous, it makes us believe that we are lacking or missing something in some way, which forces us to believe we are lesser than. On the flip side, sometimes it's easy for us to think that we're better than or superior to some people, which is also not a great thing either. Regardless of how you may think about yourself, I think it's also pretty common for all of us to be unhappy with ourselves at times. But I believe that if you change your perspective ever so slightly, you can find happiness anytime and anywhere. So what's the key to happiness? Gratitude. Gratitude is at the center of happiness. And I think living with gratitude naturally affects the way you approach situations. I think it's important for us to intentionally, purposely find reasons to be grateful for even the smallest things that we have, rather than focusing on what we don't have. Sure, there were definitely times when I wasn't happy. I'm unhappy when I feel unprepared for something, like get on stage, wishing that I had more time to practice for it. One way that I became a little happier was by taking the time to self-reflect on myself and my situation. Sure, it could be easy to think about reasons why I'm unhappy, but instead I try to flip it and ponder what I already have and what I'm already capable of. And that was just trying to give a good show. Just having fun. Just seeing my fans also cheers me up. I feel like they're always there for me. So I just try to have a good time so that they can have a good time too. It's in these moments of reflecting on the positives and not the negatives that I was able to come to the conclusion that all of the difficulties I was having were all necessary parts of my journey in achieving my dreams. I've shared before that I think we should ponder, but not worry. I think that the two words are very different. When you ponder, you are trying to find a solution to a problem. I think that in order to be happy and feel fulfilled, we need to think productively. Pondering can spur creativity and push you to imagine and think in ways that you haven't done before. Worrying is about imagining the bad consequences of things that haven't even happened yet. You waste your time and energy stressed out about what could happen if XYZ or ABC. For example, I often worry about my mom's well-being because she lives outside of Korea. I don't get to see her too often, and I feel like it's normal to worry about your family when you're not physically with them. But worrying about her doesn't change anything. I would much rather use any time that I would spend worrying about her to actually call her and ask her how she's been doing, what's been going on in her life, and to update her on my own. Essentially, what could be a negative, I've turned into a positive. Now, I think pondering, on the other hand, is almost always a positive. It naturally assumes that there is a possibility for a positive change, which I think comes naturally when you're grateful for what you have. One thing that I'm pondering these days is how to reorganize my room. Honestly, it takes up much of my headspace these days. Now, don't get me wrong, my room is pretty spacious, but it doesn't really feel that way because I just have a lot of stuff. To some people, having a lot of things can seem like having a lot of junk and can make people worry and stress about how to organize, like myself. But again, the power of pondering. I've been pondering what is the best and most efficient way to organize and get rid of some of the things in my room. Rather than stress and worry, this allows me to get creative. Should I redecorate my room? Should I reorganize the layout of my room? What about all the things that I've accumulated? Should I donate them? Should I gift them out? Again, these are all questions and things that I can be grateful for when I frame them in a perspective of pondering. Now, since this is an episode on happiness and gratitude, I wanted to just share people and things that I'm grateful for. I'm just grateful to have a really comfortable bed, just being able to eat whatever I want to. I'm grateful for everyone that's been there for me. Through all the tough times and good times, I just have so many good people. To all the people who have always been there for me, I want to say thank you. Everyone has things that stress us out and make us unhappy. Nothing in this world is perfect, and we can't have everything the way we want all the time. As we live life, we'll naturally find ways to overcome these struggles, but I think the easiest and fastest way to get there is to always be grateful first. Maybe you're already there. Awesome. But if not, I hope that one day, like me, you'll get to a point where you are grateful to know that we are alive in this beautiful world. This is my mindset.